All right, Sarah Wynn. It's a pretty aggressive song. I don't use any distortion on it. I try to make the distortion come from the attack and the slapping of the strings. So it's a fairly simple song, but it's kind of cool in the sense that I slap with this finger this time, and I'm slapping in chords. And I'm doing the pointer finger, and I'm doing it right in the area that you would use your thumb. I don't know if they call this technique slapping, but it's probably more similar to like a real hand slap than using your thumb anyways. So maybe we can call it slapping. So anyways, the beginning of the song, fairly simple. You got that riff. And while I'm waiting out, I come in on the 6th fret on the 4th string. Now, when I'm talking about trying to get distortion, because I play this completely clean, when I'm talking about trying to get distortion, it means I'm like really digging into the notes, and I'm really, giving it all I got with the right hand, so I can get some kind of like, fret noise and string noise as much as possible. Then when I'm doing the next part, the chord part, where I'm doing the slapping, same kind of thing. I'm like hammering down on the strings, hitting them really hard. Not like as hard as I can, but very aggressively. It doesn't hurt to do that, and don't hit your bass to where it hurts your hand physically. But, you should be able to tell that you're doing some kind of damage to the string or the instrument, not your hand. So, anyways, the first chord of the verse, or all the verses are the same, starts on the 8th fret on the 4th string, and then I bar these two strings, the third and the 2nd string. I bar them with my pinky. Now, there's a reason for that. There's a reason why I play with the pinky held down as a bar and not with my ring finger and the pinky. Well, what I do is I have the pinky covering it's basically a power chord with an octave on it. Some people call them bar chords. It's not 100% the correct term. It's a power chord. It's the 1 and the 5th, or a perfect 5th, if that's what you want to call it, of a chord, or an interval, or whatever you want to call it. Anything that's played at the same time. And then you add the octaves. So we got 8, 10, and 10. 8 on the 4th string, 10 and 10 on the 2nd and 3rd string, or the 3rd and 2nd string. And instead of playing it like a lot of people play chords, I play it with this one down. The reason why I do that is because I'm trying to pay more attention to the 2 lower notes and kind of sneak that high note in there, that octave, as an overtone and not quite a very dominant sound. When you do it like this, and you have all equal amount of pressure on the strings, and they're all ringing out the same, you can really hear the high note. But when you do it like this, you don't hear it as much. It's very transparent, that high note. That's what I was going for. So what's happening now is that I'm taking that finger and I'm slapping it right in this general area. There's a technique that I got from Stuart Ham watching his video, which is, believe it or not, probably harder to sit through than my videos. But actually, it's pretty comical. The guy's like burping and all. You can tell he's partying. It's great. It's hilarious. But he's a great bass player. He's a great teacher. Instructional video. It's a great video. Anyways, so all I'm doing is in the verse, I'm just going down in half steps. Starting on from 8 and 10, 7 to 9. So in between those, I think it's 2 rotations, and on the second rotation, when I'm at 7, 9, I just go to 8 and hammer on it, like, not hammer on, but I just go and pick it out, that one note, like I do at the beginning. And that happens like every time, every turnaround, that happens the same way. Then the chorus. So there's kind of like 2 halves to the chorus. The whole, the whole part. You got 8 on the 4th fret. This is all, on the 4th string. This is all 4th string. You got 8, 0 or open, 2, 3. Then you're going up to 6. And on 6, you're going to do this 1, 2, 3, this 8th note thing that goes back and forth between the next note and always the 6th fret on the 4th string. So the first note is going to be the 8th fret on the 3rd string. And you're going to play it like that. Then you move it down just the 3rd string. You're going to move it from 8 down to 7 to 5. So the riff is hit that twice, hit that twice, hit that this one 3 times. So 8's twice, 7's twice, 5's 3 times. And you always alternate between that and the 6th fret on the 4th string. Always, you start on the 6th, you end on it. That's the chorus. Then after that, back in it again. Just do a little swoop right there real quick. Same thing. Everything's exactly the same. You go down on that after you do... go back down on that again. Okay? Same thing. Go into a chorus. Exactly the same. The only difference is on the second chorus, we end it a little differently. And that's 8 on the 4th string, 8, 0, 3. And then we do this part which we like to call the police part because it's borrowed from the Police. They're kind of their more more of their later stuff, not so much of their sky stuff, more of their ambient kind of like Synchronicity, Ghost of the Machine kind of thing. And it goes up to 6. Hard to... See, I'm just going up to the 5th of the note, the chord, the 1 and the 5. So I got the 6th fret, and then I'm going up to 6th fret on the 4th string, and I'm going up to the 8th fret of the 3rd string. Then I do that little. So that little thing is just 6 playing the 6th fret, 8, just a little hammer on the 8 thing, and then 8th fret, then back down to 6, and then I go down to 3, and I do the same thing with that. Go to the 5th, which is the 5th fret on the 3rd string. So I got the G, and then I got the D. When you spell out a chord, the 5th of the chord is D if you're starting on G. You got G, B, and D. That's a major chord. That's a major chord. Doesn't sound that great because it's so low right there, but I mean if I played it, it'd be right there. There's your D. So that's why I call it a 5th. In case you didn't know, the reason I call it the 5th or the 5 of the 1, whatever I say, it's because that's the 5th note in the chord or on the scale. The chord is made. It's 5th word of the scale that goes with the chord. Anyways, so I do that, back up to the 6, and go to the 8 again. Same thing. Down to 3. Then the 5 on the 3rd string. Then it does this little breakdown. And that's the pattern. Boom. Ba, ba, boom, boom, ba. Boom, ba, boom, boom. That's the pattern. It does that all the way through in the next part. Boom. Okay, so what we got there is we got the 1st fret and on the 4th string and the 3rd fret of the 3rd string. Then it's open 4th string, but still 3rd fret on the 3rd string. Then I go down to the 5th string on the 4th fret to the 5th again, which is the 6th fret on the E string. Then I ride the 3rd fret, and then I go to its octave, the 3rd fret on the 5th string. Then I go to its octave, which is on the 3rd string, 5th fret. Back in on that verse part. We're worried about you. Chorus. Now the only difference in this chorus is that we're kind of, really cooking. We're going at it. And I'm kind of, pedaling 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2. Let's see, would that be the tempo? Okay, so doing the 8th note pattern are just straight 8s, but then which is kind of giving it a lot of gas, a lot of aggressiveness. But we want to kind of like accent it, get heavier. The best way to do that, or not the best way, but a good way to do that, is that's what we do. We take those same notes, but we just like really hammer them. So we got 8, it's all on the 4th string. 8, open, 2, 3. Same ones as the chorus, but we just hit them hard and accent that. Then at the end, so that's it. It goes down one more half step than it would on the verse. It's the only time it does it. It's doing 6, 8, 8, 7, 9, 9. Or sorry, 6, 8, 8. I'm sorry, 8, 10, 10, 7, 9, 9, 6, 8, 8. The last one's 5, 7, 7. And that's it. It's really that simple. There's only like 2 or 3 different parts to it. You got that part in the verse. You got the... Well, I guess that's still part of the verse. You got the chorus. You got a couple of accented parts. You got that, and then you got the bridge part. And it's just that simple. That's all you really have to that song. It's a very simple song, but it's kind of a cool, aggressive, kind of teetering on the punk music kind of, punk rock kind of line, Anyways, if you have any questions about it, feel free to email me at tyzamoramusic@gmail.com.